pleased to eat you.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing everybody's favorite spider, Shelob, child of Ungoliant. Shelob is a gigantic spider, an 8/8 for only 6 mana, which means that this deck's about ramping up into that and many other spiders. And spiders, they're not that strong on their own, but Shelob makes them a lot stronger by giving them all Death Touch. And if a creature dies that was dealt damage, doesn't have to be combat damage, by a spider, then wowie zowie, it turns into a food. It doesn't actually turn into a food. You get a copy of it that is a food token and loses its creature type. This is a very unusual card because it means that now you have artifacts sitting on the back line that are made up of your opponent's creatures, meaning they get the enter the battlefield abilities, on death or sacrifice abilities, and anything else that those creatures already had. But they're food. So you can also just sacrifice them for 3 life, in case you want to gain some life. This deck has the better spiders that are in Arena in it, including some of the spider tribe cards, like Ishkanah, Grafwidow. This is a classic spider card because it makes you a whole bunch of spiders. We also have the arena-only Ishkanah Broodmother, which is just stellar because it gives additional stats to all of your spiders, and a bunch of little, medium, and large spiders, the ones that I think are better. Some of them are genuinely good, like Skyfisher Spider is an actually pretty good card, and some of them are... Well, listen... We only have so many spiders. I put them in the deck, and then I supplemented it with good fight spells, so Shelob and her various spider brethren can munch up all the other little creatures and put them back on the menu. It's really, really fun. Because we're in Golgari colors, I have 0 reason not to run incredible cards like Vraska, Casualties of War, since we're a mostly creature deck, the Great Henge, and, you know, we just have some of the good stuff in here. Why not? There's only so many spiders. So beyond the spiders and the fights and the bites, just get the good stuff in there. There are a couple shapeshifters and things that make shapeshifters in this deck as well, but they're not as important to the game plan. I will say, though, Shelob, unlike many other decks, you really can't rely on the spiders. You gotta rely on Shelob. She's great, she's huge, and if you can get her out on the battlefield, she also has Ward 2 and gives the other spiders Ward 2, so she's a little bit trickier to get rid of, making her a really good commander. We're gonna go into the queue with this beautiful spider, and we're gonna see what kind of food we can pick up along the way. Let's go! Aragorn, the Uniter! Bringer together of spells of many colors. This is a bit of an awkward hand, since we don't have any turn 1 mana for this Elvish Mystic, but I still think it's a keepable hand. Aragorn Uniter, what does he do? Well, it depends on what color you happen to be casting for your spells. If you're casting white, you get a human soldier. If you're casting blue, you get to scry. If you're casting red, you burn your opponent's face. And if you're casting green, you buff up a creature. Really does it all. Kind of terrifying. Honestly, very terrifying. Kind of a kill-on-sight dude right there. Aragorn the Uniter. It's really fun to cast multicolored spells with Aragorn the Uniter because he actually triggers for each color that you happen to be casting. And yeah, that does add up. That adds up quickly. We could hit that Arcane Signet with our Reclamation Sage, or I could choose to ramp this turn. I'm going to choose to ramp. I would like to get some more green sources here. Boop. And set up for another land next turn. They've got the mana if they want to play Aragorn. But nope, first Relic of Legends is going to let them tap their legends in order to get mana. And one of my favorite cards, Hero of Precinct 1. I'm a big sucker for Hero of Precinct 1. Now, do I want to let my opponent have a turn with this hero out? Yes, but it's for extremely greedy reasons. I was thinking, oh, I could Reclamation Sage that Relic. I could then ram through the Hero Precinct 1, but I want this and this for myself. I am a person who says, yeah, you know what I could use? I could use an Aragorn. You know what I could use? I could use a Hero of Precinct 1. And with Shelob and a ram through in hand, that's an achievable goal. They got down Domri. I can no longer counter their creatures. Cast using that mana. And since they're casting multicolored spells, they have 2 humans right here. So many choices. So many choices. Let's start with a ram through. I'm going to try and take Aragorn. Aragorn dies. He does go back to their command zone, but I should be getting a lovely token copy of Aragorn, which means when I cast, say, for example, a green spell, which is the only color of spell I have, I get to buff up my Elvish Mystic. I'll grab another green source. And the 2 of us are gonna swing over at Domri. This does give me 1 more food, because this is not a spider, this is an elf. So now we have an extra human food. What does it do for me? Well, I can eat it and I can gain 3 life. And that's just fine. They've got enough mana, I believe, to cast Aragorn again with this Relic of Legends and Arcane Signet. Human. Would you like to kill my Elvish Mystic? No! My elf! For that, 2 Aragorns? Ugh, they're legendary. Legendary food? That's just stupid. I need legendary food. Reclamation Sage. We're gonna make our Shelob dummy thick. Destroy the Relic of Legends. Would you like to tap your Aragorn? I wonder how much damage I could do this turn. A lot. Shelob! Hit that Aragorn anyway. Wait. Before this resolves, I want my full control mode on. Well, this ability is on the stack. I'm going to eat this Aragorn. Yeah! And then I'm swinging for 17! Delicious! Jarcel's able to recast a spell from their graveyard if it costs 1. They don't have anything that costs 1 in their graveyard. They're making a little bit of extra mana for Domri. Do I have anything that costs 1 in my graveyard? I sure do. I've got that Blizzard Brawl. And then as foretold, free spells. Gosh, I really wish I had a fight spell here. They'll have to block Shelob to stay alive. So away we go. I'll swing in with Shelob and Reclamation Sage, which gives me a Jarcel on the start of combat on my next turn. And that's fine. Get a couple spiders. Just a couple of spiders.
You reek with terror.
And then I'm gonna sit there and maybe eat that human soldier. GG Aragorn. Tamiyo, Field Researcher. What does she want to do? She wants to ult, because once she does, her spells are free. She also gets to draw a bunch of cards, which I'm not happy about, but she certainly is. This card is kind of terrifying to play against if you don't have a lot of Planeswalker removal. We have a bunch of bite spells that can hit Planeswalkers, but we don't have that many that are going to be able to race against her. So really what we're going to be doing is we're going to be racing to ramp to get to the big stuff to hopefully take down Tamiyo before she can be proliferated and ult. Oh, look at you and your turn 1 Llanowar Elf. I might not have a turn 1 Llanowar Elf, but I do have a Cold Steel Heart. We're going to name green on it, so I have double green and double black. They have 2 mana up here. I'm holding my Tamiyo safekeepings. And they have negated my ramp. Really? About that, huh? Taking 1. And I really wish I had that land. I don't. But I do have a Terra Descender, so if they do play Tamiyo, if they get white mana, she's gone. Quicksilver Servitor. Snow-covered forest. That gets me some good stuff here. We could go for Vivian. She'll make a 3/3, or we could go for Lolth to make some 2/1s. I'd rather have the 2/1s in this situation because they are better at being evasive to do things like attack Tamiyo. Tamiyo's coming out. It looks like they're going to plus. Nope, they're going to minus so they can take out Lolth. I can't attack in right now. Or can I? I certainly can. I have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant here, which I can animate and swing at Tamiyo. Next time she comes down, she'll cost a little bit more. Happy about that. You might have taken out my Lolth, but I still have the spiders. 1 mana away from Shelob herself. I want to give these spiders Death Touch. Into the north, they ramp. There's nothing for them to proliferate, thank goodness. Glacial Floodplain. Gets them another white source and another blue source. They swing for 3. Chainweb Aracnir, that's good at sniping down some different kinds of creatures, some flyers. Actually, it's extra good with Shelob if you have her out. Ooh, disdainful stroke on my Ishkanah. Rude. They went ahead and they countered Ishkanah. I do not get any spider. Tamiyo back into play. You're going to tap and lock down my spiders again? No, they're saying if either of these deals damage, they get to draw a card. That's cool. That's cool. I don't want you to draw any cards. And I would love to play Shelob. Just counting up my snow. I've got 4 snow mana right now, which is not enough to bring back Ishkanah. So instead, I'm just going to get rid of your non-land permanent. No card draw for you. No Tamiyos on the battlefield. Just a funky little pair of spiders here. Zuri, Stalker of Spheres. More proliferate. They can pay the 3, which does let them proliferate and draw 2 cards. They don't have anything to proliferate. Thank goodness we got rid of Tamiyo. Okay, we've got Blood on the Snow, Maelstrom Pulse. How about Shelob? Giving my spiders Death Touch and Ward. Since these have Menace, if they want to block them, well, they're going to be losing 2 creatures in the act. Okay, Azuri. Quicksilver Servitor. Did I have enough mana to replay Tamiyo? She currently costs 8 mana. I've gotten rid of her twice. Thank goodness I've had removal. Or creatures. Loran! Destroying my Cold Steel Heart. Oh, my heart. That was so mean, Loran. The Swords to Plowshares on Shelob. Exiling her, getting me 8 life. But since I don't have a lot of mana, Shelob's not going to be coming back for a while. I miss my Death Touch already. We could get a little bit of ramp, this Llanowar elf out here, but instead I'm going to play Vivian, Monsters Advocate. She lets me play creatures off the top of my library, but she also just gets me some good blockers and attackers. A 3/3 beast against this battlefield sounds very good, both defensively and offensively, since I get to choose between Trample, Vigilance, and Reach. There's no flyers, so we'll start with Vigilance. We attack, we protect. Avacyn's Pilgrim, that's some more ramp. And Uro, who I'm going to say is also ramp. Hey, you should proliferate my Planeswalker. Just saying it'd be cool. Because that was put into their hand this turn. They get to proliferate, or Zuri sees to proliferate, draws a card. They're very good with each other. And if I wipe the board, they will be able to escape Uro. They have the mana, they have the resources, and oh my gosh, they have even more. Even more, there's a little bit of proliferate. Wild. They did proliferate the beast token. Wow. Thank you? I mean, listen, the comedy's not lost on me. That's very funny. I wish I had a little more snow. I'm trying to decide still, do I want to wipe the board? Or do I just want to spit out some critters? Am I a critter spitter? No, I'm a board wiper. I'm gonna destroy all creatures. Rip to my turbo beast. Unless... are they doing something here? They're having both players draw a card. And I'm going to make a beast. I'm going to give this one Trample. Uro now free to come back onto the battlefield. I really just couldn't let them have all of these proliferate engines. This one drawing them cards when they proliferate, this and this causing them to proliferate. Once this Tameo ults, as I said before, that's pretty much game. So you have to do what you can to get ahead of the Tameo. And since we also just undid some of their ramp, she can't come out this turn. But Uro sure can, and Uro will ramp them if they have any lands in hand or on top of their deck. We can kill Uro, though. I have a Death Sprout. It kill, it ramp. And then we could maybe even exile it from the graveyard. I don't have enough for that. But imagine. Ickermoon Gauntlet! Yet another way to proliferate! Trying to remember. Yes, I do have a Reclamation Sage in this deck. So I'm going to minus this Vivien to get out a Drider.
My herd grows ever larger.
And since we cast something that costs 5... Ooh, they have a Wash Away! You have a Wash Away! See that one blue mana? And the fact that a thing I cast from outside my library did the thing? I could go for a little bit of protection, or I could just get out a little Rampoid. I'm gonna get out a Rampoid. This is delightful halfling. She's delightful. Just look at her. Just look at her. She's so cute. I'm putting this in like every single green deck I have. I love delighted halfling. So if Drider deals combat damage to face, I get another spider. Yay, spiders! Hello, Uro. Would you like to attack? Jin-Gitaxis. Card draw upon casting big non-creature things. And some thirsty roots. Ooh. I too am thirsty. Constantly. No, not like that. Like that. They got themselves a snow-covered forest. They can put that into play. They swing in with Uro. They don't have enough mana right now for Uro's ability, so I'm actually going to triple block with everything but the Drider. That is 6 damage to hit Uro. Uro's back into the graveyard, but it costs 4 to escape. Ooh, Netcaster Spider. We're going to say yum yum, tasty tasty, delicious delicious Uro. No Uros allowed. I'm gonna go back on the Vigilant stack right here. Vigilance. Look at how many cards they have in hand. They have 5. Do I want to hold my safekeeping or do I want to ramp so I can maybe get Shelob out? I'm gonna risk it for the biscuits. Just get this this Llanowar elf cast. By the way, note blue, white. That was the mana that was required to cast the other side of Wash Away, which is just, it's a counter spell. They didn't counter my Llanowar elf. Not a surprise. It'd be weird if they did. I wonder if they'll go lock this down to try and kill Vivian. I'll chump block with whatever's left. Oh, nope. They selected these 2 creatures. So if either of these deals combat damage, doesn't matter to what, they will draw a card for each. They're proliferating Tamiyo. Thanks, I hate it. And since they have proliferated Tamiyo, Tamiyo must die. R.I.P. in pepperonis, Tamiyo. They are actually almost able to flip Jingataxis, which I'm not happy about, and I wish I could stop. But, because he has Ward, I had to make a choice there. Did I choose right? Unsure. But I did make a choice. Do I want to minus again? I'm gonna minus again. Netcaster Spider. More spiders for me. Anything cool here? Any funky little critters that want to hang out? I want to ramp. Selfish Mystic. You are ramp. Is Jin gonna flip? No, they played a land. Okay. Hekathol! Doubles their proliferates. And a Marleaf Pixie. Ah, thank goodness. I have so many creatures with reach! A Beast Whisperer. A Tekathol. Tekathol, how do you get indestructible? By removing counters. Okay, noted. No Tekathols. They don't have anything with counters. Is it time for the counter spell? Okay. That's fair. I accept this. How about Beast Whisperer? Cast from the top of my library. You want to wash it away? You just do not want to use that wash away, huh? I'll go for a little creature with reach. And we don't have a good way to break through the line, so we're just going to sit here with our Tamiyo's safekeeping. They have one kind of counter, but not the other kind of counter right now. Counters plus X, but not counters. No, they don't have any plus X. They only have counter spells. This can get indestructible counters. Too many counters. All right. Let's see. You get +2/+0, right? Such good spiders we have. Oh no, the Wandering Emperor! Are you going to put a +X counter? Okay, and how do you want to order your damage? Like that? Okay. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Can we finally get that wash away out of your hand? Thank you! Alright, so you know how we've had the read for wash away? There's the wash away. This Chainweb Aracnir actually will come back from the graveyard. If it dies, and it will be very death touchy if we have Shelob out, and then I'll be very happy. Hi to Fairy Hero of Dominaria. Oh, to be a card I wish didn't exist. Untapping 2 lands. There's a lot of this going on here. Let's see what's on top of my library. Faceless Agent. I'm going to lead with Key to the Archive. Doomblade. I can take a Doomblade. Okay, the Ward 2. Can you protect it? They can proliferate, and since they have Tekkathol out, they won't just get to proliferate, they'll get to proliferate twice. I like how Tekkathol is a 5/7 and now a 6/8. But Jin-Gitaxias is dead, and so soon will some of these planeswalkers. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. There we go. Destroy all planeswalkers. We'll get out another little Reachy fella. Tekkathol, can you remove counters from yourself? No, other. I was wondering if it could turn its +1/+1 counters into an indestructible. It cannot. They do have some extra flying power off Cave of the Frost Dragon. And finally, I might be able to play Shelob. Wouldn't that be cool if I could actually get my commander on the battlefield to do cool spider stuff? I think that'd be cool. Tamiyo back on the battlefield. Do you plus? Do you minus? I'm out of coffee. Tragedy. No more iced coffee. Hey, Watley. It's Raptor. Watley's Raptor is going to double proliferate Tamiyo, giving her 2 extra loyalty counters, which means that she'll be able to ult next turn. Yikes. Yeah, you got a big Tekkathol. You got a big Tekkathol. What creatures do I have that cost less than 6 that could change this board state? Probably something in here. Here's Shelob. Shelobs. Let's see, we got Drivnod. Doubles the death. Vorinclex, that's just a spicy boy. Sholdred, who would punish their card draw. Arasta. Broodweaver. Ishkanah. Spider! I am going to sacrifice another creature. I'm going to sacrifice my Elvish Mystic. If only I had full control mode on. Which non-land permanent to destroy? Do we go for Tamiyo, or do we just go for their face? I'll take that out. You can have your Tekkathol for now. We draw a card. Nice, we see a Baleful Mastery on top. Let's draw another card. Got that Mutavault there. And it's time to swing in. Our spiders have Death Touch. Aren't they lovely? I'll just swing in with the Drider, I guess. You're gonna let me have a Tekkathol? Well, thank you. I don't have any Proliferate in my deck, but, like, neat. They draw 2 cards off that. But here's Tekkathol! Tekkathol's gonna double all the Proliferate that I don't have. I can make it into an indestructible food. All right, who did they select here? These two. I would like a Marleaf Pixie. I would like a Watley's Raptor. They're swinging in to draw cards, but I think that that's just game. We have the board advantage. They don't have a board wipe. We're going to be stealing their creatures and turning them into food. GG, Tim Tam. We have spiders. We have bites and other sorts of removal. I'll keep it, even though there's no ramp in this hand. I even have a land that can turn into a spider. Ooh, fancy. Up against Ayara, first of Lothwain. This Ayara is pretty much just the sacrifice commander, and quite a good one. Sacrifice a creature, as long as it's black, draw a card. Works really, really well with things with nice enter the battlefield abilities like you, Seeker's Squire, or things that repeatedly make tokens. Talking about like Jadar or the Ophiamancer. Both very good creatures to have. I don't have anything I can really do on 3 mana, so I'm going to use this Agadeem's Awakening. Just throw it down tapped. Soon, my pretty, soon I shall have an Arasta of the Endless Web. Is it time for a third black mana? And a Nayara? Nope. Orzhov Enforcer. Death Touch. A lot of my stuff has Death Touch too. Or at least it will, once Shelob's out. Arasta. Just a 3/5 spider that spits out 1/2 spiders whenever our opponent casts an instant or sorcery. You got any instants or sorceries? No, you have a third land now. That's good. But it comes in tapped. That's bad. Oh, but you killed my spider. Well, that's bad for me. I have a little 1/2. He's just a little guy. You miss your mom? You miss your mom. It's okay, I miss her too. She was cool. I'm going to play Vivian. And I'm going to make a... Vigilant Beast.
Paradise. We will adapt to any threat.
See, I have another spider on top of my deck. Ruin's Recluse. Can't believe they made a spider walk the plank. I mean, I'm not gonna say spiders are great swimmers. They kind of float on water sometimes. But drowning a spider feels unnecessarily cruel. If this dies, they get a spirit. They'll heal my Castle Garenbrig. I do have a little extra mana off that. But only if I get another green source. Oh, do you think that they were singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider to themselves while that happened? As it crawled up the water spout? I will block and protect this Vivian to keep her loyalty high. Ooh, I could get a mysterious card out of my library. I mean, I wouldn't mind some ramp. See, we've got Skyfisher Spider with nothing to sacrifice. Terra Asunder. I'll just make a beast. This one has reach. And a Drider. This also has reach. Beast, I wish you were a spider. Where's my Masked Nexus? I want to turn you into a spider. Ayara enters the battlefield, drains me for 1 life. Masked Nexus! Oh, there you are. Love to see ya. We do have some removal here. Really wish we had a 6 mana. But want to just kill Ayara? Doesn't seem like a bad move, since otherwise they'll be drawing cards. I'm going to make a Trampling Beast. And then I'm going to feast on the beast. Mmm. Delicious. Swing in with this beast. Would you care to make a 1/1? Works for me. No beasts remain on my battlefield. Only spiders. Well, this one's an elf spider. It's a Drider. Dread Presence going to turn swamps entering the battlefield into burn or card draw. They're using card draw. The more swamps they have, they also have this Cabal Stronghold, which will get stronger over time. These have reach. They're spiders. I mean, Shelob doesn't have reach, but she's a cave spider. She doesn't need reach. She'd like reach, though. Yet another beast.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
Getting rid of this dread presence before it can cause damage, cause problems. I'm going to swing in with the Drider. See if they'll double block. They did. I'm going to use Tamio's Safekeeping to keep the Drider alive. Wait a minute. Yara, what are you doing in the graveyard? I just noticed that Yara's in the graveyard. That could have been a misclick, or they could have some reanimation that they're planning. Yep, it's Command the Dreadhorde! Bringing back all the creatures in the graveyards, paying life equal to their mana value for each. But Yara's gaining them a lot of life back, so they can't be too mad about that. Ooh, that's great. We have a Hatchery Spider, but no creatures left in the graveyard. Shelob could come on out. Shelob, and let's see what tech we can find.
The more the hairier.
Ooh, Vorinclex to get me some more lands. Shouldered to punish card draw, which I'm sure they'll be doing. Drivnod to double the on-death abilities. Greed? Ramp? Greed? Ramp? Spiders. Drivnod! So Drivnod has a very cool interaction where Drivnod actually causes the on-death ability of our opponent's creatures becoming food tokens to trigger twice. So I'm attacking with the Drider. They'll want to block it because if it hits their face, I will get another spider. But because that died, I get 2 Orzhov Enforcer tokens. Now they have Death Touch, but they're not doing any damage to anyone. But when I sacrifice these, it will trigger their afterlife. Yes, I know. How does a food die? You sacrifice it. Doesn't matter how you sacrifice it. If it leaves the battlefield and goes to graveyard, it's died. Thank you, Drivnod. We love you, Drivnod. Aw, man! Well, Shelob is dead. Long live the queen. Yara munching up a spirit. Drawing a card. Gravelighter. A creature did die, so we don't each sacrifice. Instead, they draw a card. 6 cards in hand for them. That's pretty great. Ooh, a Vorinclex on top. I could get Shelob back out here. But I feel like Vorinclex is just fine. Ooh, do I want anything else on that minus? Nah. Here's Vorinclex. Get some forests. They don't have to be basics. So I'll also grab a... I don't really feel actually like bringing those in. I'll just grab basics. I also actually could have brought one in tapped. And here we are. How about something with reach? And I'm sitting. Do not have 3 creatures in my graveyard. Death Touch food is totally safe to eat. What are you talking about? Does your food not have Death Touch? By the way, Vorinclex, Honorary Spider, also has reach. Vorinclex with Masked Nexus can literally become a spider. Ooh, they're floating a bunch of mana using Cabal Stronghold's ability. And they have a lot of cards in hand. There are 7 cards in their hand. Ooh, an exquisite blood. If I lose life, they gain life. Like that. This card, by the way, probably combos with another card that's in their deck called Veto. At least I assume so. I assume they have that in their deck. A snow-covered forest. Using Castle Garenbrig to float some extra mana. Ba-bam. Now my spiders have that delicious death touch once again. I mean, this one already had death touch. I'll swing in. Morkex, you're not a spider, but you're still pretty cool. Do you want to, like, attack, maybe? Yeah? Yeah? Their stuff dying is going to hurt me a lot because of the Zulport Cutthroat. I'll take trades where I can get them. Delicious food. Ow. Oof. Oof. Owie. If only I had 2 mana. But I don't. I'm unable to eat my delicious human soldier foods. Or my Orzhov Enforcer foods. But it doesn't matter. Because Gary's on the battlefield! Oh no! We're about to lose 10 life! And this kills me. R.I.P. my beautiful spiders! And GG Ayara. Ovika Enigma Goliath spits out tokens when you cast non-creature spells. Also, has flying. I'm good at stopping flyers and I'm good at stopping spells. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to keep this hand. We have Delighted Halfling, which is just a great turn 1 piece of ramp, even if I'm not doing that much on turn 2, since we have to choose between paying 3 life or getting a land that will just currently come in tapped. Sody Pop. Delicious. Alright, never mind. We got another forest that's great to have. She's like, I can only make colorless. Is that okay? That's so okay, girl. Because you're going to make colored mana for Arasta and for Shelob, and you're going to make them uncounterable against Ovika. They killed my spider. They killed my spider! Okay, you like casting instants and sorcery so much. Here's Arasta. Arasta, uncounterable thanks to the halfling, but also whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, I get another spider. And the more spiders, the merrier when it comes to Shelob. Glistening Stockpile. Trying to ramp over there? Because you have a 7-cost commander? I don't think so. I don't think so. No ramp allowed. Go get him, Arasta! Fun fact, Arasta is the Theros god Nylia's sister. I don't know if anybody cares about that, but I think it's neat. Anyway, she's dead now. Check it out, we have more spiders. I'm gonna grab another green source of mana. Looking pretty good here. Throw down this Fabled Passage. Use that to grab some black mana. And here comes Shelob, giving my spider Death Touch and Ward 2. We've managed to ramp really, really well here. Managed to interrupt their ramp, and they definitely had to make the choice there of, do I want to ramp on that turn or do I want to use my removal? Ah, perfect. Now the halfling has Death Touch. If I casualties of war here, I think that's just going to end the game. We're going to destroy an artifact and an artifact and a land. Artifact and a land. And this should be, a demoralizing victory. GG, Ovika. Frodo's gonna try to take the ring straight into Mordor. Tempted all the way. This is Frodo Sauron's Bane, which is often a bit of a Voltron commander because you want to make sure that he's hard to block and hard to kill. Because if he manages to hit you once you've been tempted by the ring 4 times, or, well, 3 times and you activate his ability before he hits you, you win the game. It's an alternate win con in the command zone for the low cost of 1 mana. And you know what else it is? Dead. Get out of here, Frodo. Frodo's like, what did I do? What you did was die. I feel like my deck is actually decently well positioned against Frodo because being tempted by the ring is a good way to help protect Frodo in combat. but it only makes it unblockable by things that have a lower or equal, or no, it's blockable by things with lower and equal power, which, like, a lot of spiders, they got big booties. I'm gonna make them booties even bigger, though. Here's Ishkanah Broodmother. 3/5 with reach, gives other spiders +1/+2. Yes, Frodo and any other thing that is the ring bearer, tempted by the ring, is skulking. Oh, hey, Boromir. What are you doing? I don't have any free spells in my deck, do I? I don't think if I do. No, but they have more ways to make things indestructible. Neat. I can ramp. Check that out. Ratadrabbic can turn their dead legendaries into zombies. Huh. That was interesting. Ah, they wanted to get tempted by the ring. Tempted by the ring twice? Oh my. Wait a minute. Excuse me, sir. Why are you like this? So what's happening here is the one ring, being tempted by the ring, makes the normally just a non-legendary token legendary. So they can sacrifice it, and sacrifice it, and sacrifice it, and sacrifice it. I see. Smooth move. Smooth move. Have a Shelob. So what's going to happen here is all of their creatures are going to be pretty much infinitely indestructible. They are fully tempted by the ring, so all they need to do is hit with Frodo. And there's a lot of ways you could make that Frodo unblockable. Frodo will be an instant kill. Sure will. Apparently the Hatchery Spider doesn't have anything to hit. So I'll just get out these other friendly little spiders. And I'll attack in. Yeah, your creatures can become infinitely indestructible. I just like to attack. Okay, let's see what we can get off Ishkanah's spellbook. It's mostly spiders. Okay, a spider? A spider? Or a spider? I'll take this spider. Twin Silk Spider. Gotta go wide. In a deadly dispute, they're sacrificing their selfless spirit. They really don't need it with Ratadrabbic able to loop here. They don't have triple black unless they sacrifice a creature to the Phyrexian Tower. Which they can. They can sacrifice that and it will immediately come back. But unless they tempt it again with the ring, they won't be able to sacrifice it. We've got Blood on the Snow! Not really doing anything for me. We got a bite fight coming out here. It's just so sad, this Hatchery Spider. Just so sad. Swinging in again with Shelob and the Llanowar Greenwidow. Greenwidow's got a little bit of trample, but they've got a little bit of lifelink. Yeah, Ratadrabic's very cool with Temptation by the Ring. Looks like they want to hit the Greenwidow. They will be able to kill it here. I have enough mana, I think, to actually bring it back from the graveyard, though. The Death Touch Trample means that only 2 damage is prevented. They gain 2 life. It dies. It's in the graveyard. And I guess I could just bring it back. What else am I doing with my day, right? I'm playing Obelisk Spiders. Thank you, Death Touch Trample. Thank you, Twin Silk Spiders. Oh! You're sacrificing after you've been dealt damage by one of my creatures? Now it is I who have a Ratadrabic! And mine's edible, too. They have an access tunnel, which does mean they're gonna win here. Because Frodo's unblockable. And, he's been tempted by the ring 4 more times. Oh yeah, you know what I've got? Bam! Llanowar Greenwidow. It enters the battlefield. They draw. They discard. But there's no blocking allowed thanks to the access tunnel. That's going to be a GG. Jadar, Ghoulcaller of Nephalia. If he doesn't have a zombie at the end of turn, a decaying zombie specifically, he makes one. And that means that you'll always have some sacrifice fodder on hand. Jadar is a very good early castable creature when it comes to building around a sacrifice pool, and that's what I expect my opponent to do. I have some good early ramp here, a Cold Steel Heart. I also have some removal here. If I use Vraska to kill Jadar, they'll still be able to attack Vraska and kill her, which, not great. So instead I'm going to play Faceless Agent, which will get me a Spider, because Spiders are the most common creature type in my deck. Wow, what a surprise! Spiders being the most common kind of creature in a Spider deck? Who would have thunk? Gravelighter, I no longer have my Faceless Agent. It has been sacrificed to the Gravelighter. I have an Arasta. If they cast an instant or sorcery, I will get a Spider, an extra Spider. Oh no, but they ate her! But at least I get a little guy out of it. Arasta's like, why does everybody eat me? More sacrificeables off that Dreadhorde invasion. Also going to turn any giant zombies they have into lifelinkers when they attack. Dar says, time for another one. And listen, I can't tell you what to do, but you probably shouldn't eat spiders. Unless your name is Spiders George. But he's an outlier and should not be counted. I get a Delighted Halfling. I'm actually gonna swing it with Mutavault this turn, too. This is one of those, I'm not planning on blocking with Mutavault. I have other better attackers, and they don't have a good blocker for the Mutavault, since this can't block. Do I feel like blocking? Nope, I'll take 4. And a Grim Wanderer, who is discounted because a creature did die this turn. Do I have triple Snowlands? I do not, but I do have 3 snow permanents, which is enough for Blizzard Brawl. So we're going to tap for green. Double checking here. Shelob. We don't actually need the indestructible. What am I feeling, though? What am I feeling? Would I like my very own Jadar? Or like a Grave Lighter? Doesn't seem that good to me since we can block an air. Or Grim Wanderer? I want Jadar. By the way, this will get me a token at end of turn. Oh, Jadar. What a beautiful food you make. They still want 3 lands, by the way. I feel like we've taken advantage. That's gonna be game. GG. Nissa Resurgent Animist. Gets elves, gets mana, gets elementals, and gets a better hand than this one because, woof, I need something earlier on. Still stuck on just 2 lands. We have a 3-drop here and a couple of fight spells. You know, it's better than nothing. I'll take it. Hopefully we get some of our ramp before this game goes on too long. This Nissa is a landfall Nissa. It's a lot like Lotus Cobra, if you're familiar with that card. But on the second time its ability triggers in a turn, you end up getting a little bit of a bonus. You get an elf or an elemental from your deck. You don't search for it, it just reveals until you find one. But in a deck that you built, you're going to find those types of creatures. And by the way, a lot of elementals work very well with landfall. That's, I think, by design. Elves? Some of them do. Here comes Nissa, getting the landfall ability, getting the extra mana, but not using it. I don't have a very good fight here. Was I the starting player? Wait, let's see. Okay. Netcaster Spider. I don't get Shelob's ability because she's not on the battlefield, but I still can try to bite. They negated the ability with a Snakeskin Veil, protecting their Nissa. That's completely fair. Give her Hexproof, so the fight, or bite in this case, does not go through. I still got a +1/+1 counter, though. Behold, my marginally larger spider! This has got double to landfall and found a Tangled Fortahedron. It's an elemental and it's a land if it needs to be. Invasion of Zendikar, getting 2 more landfall triggers. Possibly another. If they attack this, I won't want to block. And this actually does transform into a creature which then enters the battlefield as a land. It is a land in addition to its other types. That triggers Nissa. Hi, I only get +2/+0 if I block a creature with flying. Can somebody please give you flying? No? Okay, that's fair. They'll have 4 mana available post-combat, since it also does have haste. But they're not using it. Wait. Yes, they are. Tireless Tracker comes into play. That also has a landfall ability. Nothing here is hittable with this Reclamation Sage. I do have Master's Rebuke. I would really love to ramp here, but I'm afraid of the Tireless Tracker giving them card advantage, so I'm going to take it out. Right now what they have is they have mana. They have tons and tons of mana. But if they don't have anything interesting to cast off that mana, then I'm not as scared. And Tireless Tracker would have given them clues, which gives them card draw. Okay, well that's a good card. It does, in a way, ramp me. It gives me this Power Stone, but it's also going to be able to destroy one of my permanents every turn. Which, yikes. Reclamation Sage, I can at least put it in the graveyard. They can cast it again. Or not cast it, but they can unearth it again in the future. And here it comes! The Cityscape Leveler swinging in for 8, destroying my Reclamation Sage, getting me another tapped Power Stone. And I'm down to 1 life. Ow. I can only use this for my artifacts currently, artifacts and abilities, which means I can't use Blood on the Snow, even though I'd really, really love to. Here's a Delighted Halfling. Here's a Llanowar Elf. Too little, too late, though. At least they're both spiders. Thanks, Masked Nexus, for turning these 2 into spiders for me. Sword of Fortune Frontier gives them protection from green and red, and since everything I have here is green, that's an unblockable 6 damage. GG, Nissa. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to see me record this live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. I'm streaming so much Magic, but I won't be streaming that much Magic in the next week because I'm going to be taking a trip out to some place to go do something. Don't worry, you'll hear about it eventually. I'm just keeping it secret for now. If you like this deck, it is in the description of the video for you to copy-paste with glee. I think Shelob's really cool, and I'm so happy that we have more support for spiders. I love spiders. I feel like they're an underrated tribe in Magic, a good creature type to have, and so many of them have reach, except for you, Shelob. You don't have reach. Neither does Mirkwood Spider. No reach. Other cool cards you can put into this deck if you want to go with a more Death Touch theme include Finn. I've seen that in a couple builds. And you can always build a bit more Golgari good stuff with Shelob as the only spider in the deck because you don't need other spiders, you just need her since she is going to be the biggest spider on the battlefield. There is no bigger spider. Like Hatchery Spider, that's only a 5/7 and it costs more. Shelob, that's a big girl. I really like this deck. I'm really happy with how it turned out and I hope you like it too. As always, I hope you have a brawlful day.